migrated to Office 365, congratulations, but if you think your data is safe just by being there, you're completely wrong. Take that with a grain of salt. I'm pretty sure you're fine, but key aspects of having your data safe are to think about retention and backup. So what's the difference between retention and backup? It's quite simple. Backups offer point-in-time restores of your data, such as mailboxes or SPO sites. It's like a snapshot of the exact data that you had at a certain moment, and you can have incremental backups, you can have full backups, whereas retention can help you keep your data protected from accidental deletion, from malicious intent, or it can help you abide to local regulations such as laws that enforce you to have your data stored for a specific amount of time. So today we're gonna see how we can implement retention in Office 365, because by default it's not turned on. You have to create a policy for it, and obviously disclaimer here, you're gonna have to check with your legal department or with a lawyer and see the exact duration of the data that you have to keep, and what type of data, what to do with it afterwards, and so on. Today I'm going to showcase you a simple scenario in which I choose for my test organization here to have 2 years of data stored and protected from accidental deletion with Office 365 native retention. For backups and other solutions, you might want to check with third-party providers. Okay, so let's create a retention policy. Let's retain all data if possible. Let's switch over to my desktop here. Kind of hard to see for me, but let's make it happen. So head over to compliance.microsoft.com. Then you're gonna have to scroll into data lifecycle management under Microsoft 365, and you have here retention policies. So let's see, that's stuck. Let me reload it. Okay, now it's better. So let's create a new retention policy. Let's give it a unique name, company wide 2-year retention. You can give it a description if you want to, otherwise let's move on. So for the type, we're gonna choose static. Let's go with next. Locations, now you're free to choose as many locations as you want. For me, I think only Exchange is important for the moment. You can probably include also SharePoint. But depending on the capabilities that you select, your retention will get heavier or lighter. Be mindful of the fact that the data that is retained will count against the mailbox quota or the SPO quotas. So just don't go there configuring 99 years because that further down the road you might have issues with too big of a mailbox or consuming all of your SharePoint quota. So here by default I'm gonna leave all mailboxes in non-excluded. I'm gonna move forward. Now we have a couple of items here that are really important. I'm gonna select 2 years here for me. So 5 years, I'm gonna go with custom. I'm gonna go down to 2. So based on the item creation date, that's what I'm gonna choose. The other option is when items were last modified. So for emails, the creation date is the received date or the sent date. There's no real modifications on emails, but that differs on if we're talking about SharePoint sites and files. So I'm gonna leave it on item creation, and be very careful. Big note here, big red note. Be sure to select do nothing, because if you leave the other option, which you saw was the default, delete items automatically, it will delete your data after that specified period of time, which probably you won't want to do. But then again, maybe your scenario is different. Maybe you need that specific case where that option becomes very useful. Next here, so we can review the details that we've configured. Looks good to me. I'm gonna submit it, and in theory in 48 hours it will propagate on all of the mailboxes in my case, and it will apply a tag on all of the folders, all of the files, all of the calendar items, an invisible tag, which will let Exchange know that these are protected by retention. So even if a user deletes a mail with shift delete, he goes into the recycle bin, deletes it from there, waits 30 days, whatever time period, so that it fully gets deleted, I can assure you that you can still fish it out through a compliance search or an e-discovery search, because it will be stored in one of those hidden purges folders of the mailbox. Hope this helps you. If you still have issues with it or you have questions, don't be shy of hitting us up. You can find a contact page on the website, which is linked down below. Thank you. Stay safe and data protected. Bye.